Hi, Doug Bradley here from Doug Bradley Digital Marketing and SEO, owner of Everest Legal Marketing. I wanted to chat really briefly today about an email I received from Martindale-Avvo and talk a little bit about their platform and my opinion about their platform. Really brief. If you're a lawyer, you probably have received this email or something similar. Martindale-Avvo says, following up to let you know that Martindale-Avvo is currently running a huge promotion for former subscribers. Good news so far. Avvo and Martindale have partnered together, and we're now offering a combined directory product. We will give you exposure for clients on all 4 of our legal directories, which have been rated in the top 10 the last 3 years running. Not so sure about that. Avvo, Martindale, Lawyers.com, and Nolo, those 4 directories. We are able to offer this to former subscribers at 20% off through June 30, blah, 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 blah. So if you're a lawyer, you've probably heard of Lawyers.com, Martindale-Avvo, Nolo, these platforms, and you've probably spent money, and you've probably spent a lot of money on these platforms. And today I'm going to offer my opinion about what type of traffic these platforms receive. And in order to do that, we use a tool called Ahrefs. And Ahrefs is kind of like a technical report card for websites. It tells you what kind of website links you're getting from other websites, the type of traffic you're getting, what search phrases you're visible for, the value of your search phrase visibility, things of that sort. So what I really want to focus in on is the metric here we'll start with Avvo and then we'll go through the other ones. With Avvo, specifically, what kind of organic keywords are they visible for? Well, this is good news. They're visible for over 1 million search phrases. Let's just take a look at what those search phrases are. As this pulls up, we can see they're visible for all of these search phrases, all of these keywords, roughly 1 million search phrases. Now, the easiest way to organize this for our purposes is to see what type of search phrases they're visible for that actually have traffic or visibility that we would want to be a part of. Because we can see that we probably don't particularly care about being visible for Avvo Lawyers, Avvo Login, Ask a Lawyer, lawyer reviews. We probably don't want to pay to be a part of those searches. So what types of traffic do they appear for naturally that people actually bid on? And these are the most competitive search phrases that they appear for. So some good news here. Avvo appears for the search phrase best mesothelioma attorney. That's great news if you're a mesothelioma attorney. However, they rank in position 62 for that search phrase, meaning you'd have to scroll through 6 pages of content on Google in order to arrive at this page of Avvo. And if you scroll down the list, you'll see all of these search phrases that they actually have volume for and people are bidding on because they're competitive search phrases. But you'll see they don't appear anywhere within the top 10 results of Google search, which means they're not on page 1 for really any type of really competitive search phrases. As I scroll down the list here, we can keep going and going, and I'll change it to 100 results per page so we can kind of see until we find a top one. So their first page 1 listing result that there's a competitive search market for it. The average cost per click to appear for Pete Law in Atlanta. They appear naturally in position number 8 for that particular search. Keep going. Valerie Garrett, attorney, Lafayette, Louisiana. That search phrase costs $200 to be a part of. They are in position 6 for that. As we go through this, you can see there's not a lot that they're appearing naturally on page 1 for. The value of a directory is visibility. It's being found where people go. And if you're not being found for these search phrases on page 1, Marin DUI attorney. That's pretty good. They're in position number 9. Naples DUI lawyers, they're in position number 5. Not bad. The value of this is deteriorated because nobody's going to find this directory through a competitive search. I would even say most of the search phrases that these directories are visible for the most part, are lawyer names, which is fine if you're marketing your name and you want to be found for that name. That directory is going to appear for it. Martindale-Avvo, switching gears here to Martindale-Avvo, same thing. What searches are they visible for those searches that have high search volume? So if we organize that list the same way, you can see their position here is not very good. Most things that Martindale-Avvo has visibility for, at least within the first 10 pages of Google or so, they really have no page one visibility whatsoever. Most of the search phrases that are high competitive search phrases, they're buried. They're buried beyond page 2 and 3. If we look at lawyers.com, again, organizing by cost per click and looking at what position they are for cost per click, looking for any digit in this column that's below 10, and I don't see really one. There's some that are getting close, but those are attorney names. So when you're paying to be a part of these directories in this platform, know going into it that the search volume that you would probably want to pay for, these directories most likely are not being found for that. Nolo, believe it or not, is actually one of the ones that probably has the best visibility of this entire portfolio of websites. Looking at their position for competitive search phrases, they actually do have some visibility on page 1 for competitive search phrases that some attorneys might want to be a part of. Lack of informed consent medical malpractice, that's a phrase that is bid up to about $472 per click for that particular search phrase, and they're in position 6 for that search phrase. That's great. Auto injury accident lawyer, they're in position number 6 for that. Again, this is nolo.com, and as we work our way down and keep going to see what has search volume and competitive nature, call insurance company after accident, they're in position 12 for that, but there's actually no search volume for that search phrase. I need a lawyer for a car accident. They're in position 4. This search phrase is worth $220 per click, and there's about 150 people per month that search this phrase or a close variation of that phrase. They're position 4 for it, so that's not bad. These particular directories, in my opinion, they're not worth the huge amount of premium that they require to be a part of these. Most of these directories, if you want to be a part of this portfolio of directories, would likely require a minimum of several $100s per month, or far more than that, even for just some basic inclusion and maybe some top positions on particular phrases within the directory. So that's my opinion about these directories. If you have a different opinion about them and maybe they've worked out really well for you, please feel free to comment below. And if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me at everestlegalmarketing.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.